Introduce our project coordinator, Tryon.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for the Talcotts, descendants of Governor Talcott, coming here, and we appreciate your funding the reinstallation of this family crest. This is just an awesome project for us, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Meeting with Randall, working with him on the carving, the design, the research that was done. He did a fabulous job, not only of carving and installing it, but the slate tablet that's here has been repaired. Water's gotten in and has cracked. This table tomb has not received this much attention in a long time, so this is great. And I'd like to turn this over to Bill Hosley.
Joseph Talcott was the second longest serving governor in colonial history in Connecticut. That means he was really successful on military, political, economic, social. I think the beauty of this coat of arms, we like to think of New Englanders as real egalitarian and kind of simple farmers out in the backwoods here. And if you go to places like Charleston, South Carolina, or even Boston or Newport, you see a lot more of this highfalutin kind of aristocratic gesturing. You don't see as much in the backwoods, which is what the Connecticut Valley was, but you do see a little bit of it. And last night they had Snow White on TV. Sort of a medieval kind of a story, and you see all the knights in their armor and all the families and the kings and the royalty, and of course the whole Game of Thrones thing. It's about that. It's about families as the nexus of political power, and that's what this coat of arms signifies, and it's part of the story we tell, and it's a story that was largely missing from this site. When all of you visited a couple of years ago, and your experience of Hartford was one that most people that live here have never had. You went everywhere, you did everything, you discovered what makes this place special, and we're so grateful to be giving this little tour with the family a couple of years ago. And as I say, I was talking right about this cavity and saying, there's a story here, it's missing. And then I don't know whether it was Garrett or who, but somebody says, well, now, what would that cost? The fact that you volunteered to step it up, that is a model for, every one of these New England communities have hundreds of thousands of people around the country and around the world with root ties. And we have not done a good job of engaging those. I would love to see someday where this family reunion thing was something that was a regular part of our lives that we cultivated, because there are a lot of people around that for them, Hartford is a place where their family originated in America or had left really deep prints in the sand. So we're so grateful, and this will be here longer than any of us. And I think when the kids are giving their tours this summer, this will be a real focal point. So thanks so much. Jeremiah Wadsworth, he married their daughter. Thank you. And Reverend Daniel Wadsworth, who was his paternal father, and their daughter was Jeremiah Wadsworth's maternal mother, his mother, and he was in the first Congress, friend of Washington, and his son, Daniel Wadsworth, was the founder of the Wadsworth Athenaeum and the founder of the retreat. He was one of the most epic philanthropists in the history of the city. So the Wadsworths, actually, they probably weren't quite as aristocratic as the Talcotts, but but they were up there. When the Reverend's son married the governor's daughter, they were kind of moving on up. So John Talcott was in like the first settler of Hartford, but whether they were aristocratic at that point or became that later, those are all things that can be determined, but I don't happen to have the answers.